Hey guys, hello. We're out moving the cows here this morning. It's been a little warm and dry here, but we're still out grazing and the grass is still really growing well. So that's a great thing. We're going to go ahead and get the fence set here and get the girls moved. And I want to talk today a little bit about finishing beef. We got 3 animals going for beef this afternoon. We got them split off yesterday. We should have videoed it, but we didn't. But we're going to go ahead and go over to the heavy use area and take a look at them and see why we selected them for finished beef. As most of you know, we don't finish a lot of beef on the farm because a lot of our stock goes for breeding stock, and any good breeder will tell you, and I'm going to tell you, that not every animal is going to make breeding stock. It's just not physically possible. And if you do make everything breeding stock that's born and bred on your farms, you're doing a very disservice to your breed animal that you're working with. Unfortunately, I see this in some of the upcoming breeds. There's 2 breeds that I know of right now that are bringing stupid high money, and I see a few breeders doing a big disservice to the breed. You know, if they don't breed back in the spring, they'll breed them later in the summer and make them into fall calving animals, so there gets ready some of your fertility. Have pink eye or hoof rot or whatever, they get that healed up, and then they'll sell them as breeding stock. And for me, that's not something that I would do. And I think that needs to be known to the producer whenever they purchase that animal, if it has not been healthy throughout its life or it doesn't have the chance of being breeding stock. So these are just my opinions. I know this subject is a very controversial subject, and we're going to talk more in depth over to other farm, but right now we need to get these girls moved. So let's get the fence set, bud. We have this paddock here, or this field, split in half with temporary fencing. We grazed this half off earlier this spring, and we left this half go because this half back here is a different soil type, and at the time it was too dry or too wet, and we could not get on it without doing damage to the soil. So we're gonna go ahead. Is there a metal post in there that I can get a hold of, bud? Awesome. We've been using these metal posts for ends. Haven't really used them for corners yet. In a previous video, I showed you a corner that we do. I just hook it in the wire like that, and then we use the plastic gate hooks. I don't like the ones that have the option of making them hot. But to me, they're just too heavy. And we're going to start using a 55-gallon tank hook here in the near future. The girls are bunched together here this morning a little bit. It's a little bit warm, and we have some fly pressure. However, the flies aren't that bad, really. Well, that's a sweet looking little heifer there. Isn't she nice? All the cows are looking good. Got good body condition. I know some of you guys zapped me this winter saying that they're too thin. Well, take a look at them there now. They look awesome. At least I feel that the cows look good. Okay, go ahead, bud. Okay, you've seen the cows move through there. If you remember some of the videos this past winter where people kind of hit me for being low in body condition, this is exactly what happens to a good herd of cows. As soon as you get them on good quality feed, they just tack her back on. And I've said this, and I've said it many times, I'd rather have a cow that's just right in body condition versus being too fat, and I'd rather have them too thin than to be too fat as well. If they're too thin, or way too thin, or too fat, to me that is a sign of being unhealthy. So just my opinion. Okay, I'm trying to find one here. This girl right here is just over 2 years old, and she's not what I would consider finished. And the things that we look at is the brisket, and then you look at the tail head and the pins, and then across the top of the back. That's a mama cow, so she's not going to be carrying a lot of fat. Let me see here. This one here's a 2-year-old, and she's also has a calf. This cow here is about 42 inches, and that one there's about 42 inches. And for being first-time moms, their condition is really good. At least I think it is. You can let me know what you think. Now that one there is carrying a little bit winter hair. However, I'm okay with that. And there's a calf that isn't even, was born on the 25th of April, eating field bindweed. There's another one born on May 7th, eating field bindweed. And most generally, or what most information you see will tell you, that they won't start eating until they're 5 months old. Okay, we're in the heavy use area here, and these 3 animals here are going for harvest later this afternoon. And I wanted to show you what we look for whenever we're looking for a finished animal. See how his hind quarters are rounded, flat. He's flat on top. He's got fat deposits around his tail head. This one here is more so. This one here's got more so fat deposits. This guy here's a little older. He's pushing 36 months. And the reason for his problem is he's so big. It took so long he couldn't eat enough calories in order to get finished out. And you can see he's got a nice flat back. And this one over here, I'm going to expect him to marble better, because he is a percentage of Wagyu. And now that they got their butts to us, you can see the fat deposited around his tail head. That's one of the things that we look for in a finished animal. And I know there's a lot of folks, they'll buy their animals before in the spring, and then they'll sell them in the fall. I mean, if that's working for you and the people like your beef, then by all means buy their beef or sell their beef to them. But for me, my customers, they want a little extra fat. So, and the fat makes flavor, and the fat has, she's a little wispy. The fat has flavor. So a little bit of fat's good. Fat has our micronutrients in it as well. So, and One of the things that makes grass-fed beef, I'm going to call it differently. One of the things that makes quality grass-finished beef is the diversity in the plants the animals are eating. You can finish them on grain, and that's fine if that's what you're doing. For us, it just doesn't work because it costs us too much money to do so. But whenever you're finishing on grain, usually it's just a couple products that you're using to finish these animals. So there's not any diversity in their diet, and you have to supplement them with minerals, in which some of those minerals, the diversity just isn't there when you're grain finishing. And you need to finish them on pasture as well. We may have fun loading these suckers, bud. They're acting a little wispy on us. The cow that's on this side here, she's gonna be a hamburger cow. Those are the three that are going, and if finishing these girls or boys, one of the things that I tell folks is make sure you finish them the same every time. That's so important. And another thing is we don't finish through the winter time either, just because of the cost. It just doesn't add up dollars and cents wise. Doesn't add up for us for finishing in the winter time. Now, if we had cuts in a store on the farm here, or we had to sell beef through the winter time, then we treat our steers or whatever we're finishing just like the cows through the winter time, and we make up that weight loss that we don't get in the winter time in the spring. These guys will, man, it's getting windy. These guys will put 4 or 5 pounds on a day in the spring whenever the grass is just right. And it may only be for 30 days, maybe 40 days. Who knows? I haven't done the weights on that, but we make it up in the spring, and then we usually just wait and we harvest in July. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, hit that notification bell. And on an upcoming video, I'm going to share the exciting news that we have. I think it will benefit a lot of you as well as benefit me. So, see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
See ya.